Hello everyone, welcome back to Think Lab by Saurabh. So in today's video, we are going to learn the 20 most important component of a RAG system. So RAG stands for the Retrieval-Augmented Generation. So it is the most popular AI architecture today. So company use the RAG to build the AI chatbot, document assistant, enterprise search, and the AI agents. So instead of answering only from the training data, a RAG system first search for the relevant information, then it gives the an accurate answer. So let understand the complete RAG pipeline step by step. So the number one is the data source. That is a very important, and the first point of inside the RAG. So every RAG system start with the data, and the data came from the PDF files and Word document, website, databases, email, API, and the good data is the foundation of a good RAG system, right? So data source is the most important, and the good data, right? So now we are moving to the point number two. Second one, loader. So the loader import the data, it's read the document from the different format and convert them into the readable text. So without a loader, the AI cannot access your document, right? The point number three, pre-processing. So raw data is usually messy. It may contain extra spaces, HTML text, duplicate text, or unnecessary symbols. So pre-processing cleans the data before using it. So cleaner data means the better answer, right? Better response. So the fourth one is the chunking. So large documents are difficult for the LLM to process. So we divided them into the small pieces, and these small pieces are called the chunk. So good chunking improve the retrieval accuracy. So this is the one of the most important step in the RAG system. The fifth one is the metadata. So metadata is the information about the document. For example, the file name, author, page number, creation date, or document title. So metadata help us to retrieve and find the better result, right? The sixth one is the embedding model. So embedding model converts text into the numerical vectors. So a vector capture the meaning of the text instead of comparing the words, the AI compare their meaning. So this is called a semantic search, right? So semantic search is very important for this, embedding model. Seventh one is the vector databases. So now all the vectors are stored inside a vector databases. So popular databases include the Pinecone, like Chroma is there, PZ vector is there. So the vector databases make the searching very fast. So that's why we generally use this, vector databases in the RAG, right? So eighth one is the indexing. So indexing organize the vector for the different search. So without indexing, retrieval would be very slow. So a good index improve the speed and also increase the scalability, right? So now we are moving to the retrieval stage. So now the user asks the question and retrieve the process begins. So we are moving to the point number 9. We call the retriever. So a retriever search the vector database and find the most relevant chunks. So also related to user questions. So it doesn't generate an answer. It only finds the informations. The 10th one is the Reranker. So sometimes the retriever returns the many results. So not all of them are equally useful. So the Reranker records the retrieval chunks and the most relevant information move to the top, right? Move to the particular top. And this improves the answer quality. The 11th one is the context builder, right? So now the selected chunk are combined together and the context builder creates one clean context for the language model. So this gives the LLM, everything is need for the answer correctly, right? So this context builder is very important. Now we are moving to the point number 12. So knowledge base. So the knowledge base contain all the trusted informations. It can include the company document, policies, research paper, or also the manuals. Different kinds of manuals. So the better the knowledge basis, the better the AI response, right? So now we are moving to the generation stage. So now the large language model start with the generating the answer, right? So the point number 13 is the prompt builder. So the prompt builder creates the final output. So it's combined the user question and it's also retrieve the context. So a well-defined, well-designed prompt produce the better answer, right? So now we are moving to the point number 14, LLM. So the large language model reads the prompts, it's understand the context and generate the natural language response. So example, you can take the example like GPT, Claude, Gemini, Llama, So these are all the LLMs, right? So now we are moving to the point number 15, response generator. So the response generator creates the final answer for the users, and and also the response should be the clear and accurate. So and it will be easy to understand. So this is the very important, the response generator. Okay, now we are moving to the point number 16, citation. So is a good RAG system, so where the information came from. So this is called the citation. So it's also increase the trust, transparency, and user can verify the source of the answer, right? Now we are moving to the production component. So now let's look at the production system. The seventh one is the caching, right? We call the cache. So many users ask the same question. Caching store the previous answer, and this reduce the response time and the lower the API cost. So it's similar to it's very similar to the cache kind of memory, right? It's related to cache memory. So now we are moving to the point number 18, the memory, right? So memory helps the AI to remember the previous conversation and user preference. So this create a personalized experience, and memory is especially useful for the AI agent, right? So without memory, the conversation start from the zero. So this memory is very important component in the RAG. So now we are moving to the point number 19, evaluation. So evaluation measure the how good the RAG system is. So we check the accuracy, check the latency, we check the relevance, and also we have to check the hallucination rate, right? So continuous evaluation help to improve the system, right? So hallucination rate, latency, accuracy, these are the very important things in the evaluation parameter. So now we are moving to the point number 20, the guardrail. So guardrail protect the AI system, they block the unsafe and harmful or incorrect output. So they also enforce the company policy and the security law, different security rules. So guardrails are essential for the production AI, right? So you can check the complete RAG pipeline. So let's revise all the 20 points, right? So the complete, if you check the complete workflow, so start with the data source, then we move to the loader, then we move to pre-processing, then we have to perform the chunking, then we go after the chunking, we have to perform the metadata, then we move to embedding model, then we have to perform the vector databases. After that, we have to perform indexing, retrieval, re-ranker, context builder. Then we have to move to knowledge base, prompt builder, LLMs, response generator. Then we have to perform the citation. Then we have to do the caching. Then we have to perform the memory. After that, we have to perform the evaluation. Then at the end, we have to check the guardrail. So this component work together to build a complete RAG application. So at the end of the at the end, we try to summarize the video. So remember the 5 stages. First one is a data entry, and data ingestion, right? We have to collect and prepare the data. Then we have to perform the embedding. So it will convert the text into the vector. Then we have to perform the retrieval, that find the right information. Then we have to perform the generation. So it's create the final answer. And the production make the system fast, safe, reliable, and scalable. So today, almost every enterprise AI application use this RAG to reduce the hallucination and provide the accurate answer. So from we provide the accurate answer from the different trusted data, right? So if you understand this 20 component, you can build a better chatbot. You can also build the better AI assistant, document search system, and the production really AI application. So I hope this video help you to understand the complete RAG pipelining. So it in a very simple way. So if you enjoyed this video, so please like, share, and subscribe the Think Lab by Saurabh. So thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video. Happy learning.